Next up, we have Symphony of Boreal Wind from the Genshin Impact City of Winds and Idyl's soundtrack by Yu-peng Music. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, members get early access to the content. Artists, I want to collaborate with everybody. I have a whole spiel about a bunch of stuff at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them in full. Otherwise, let's go ahead and do this. Symphony of Boreal Wind. I almost said Boreal Valley because I'm a Dark Souls 3 nerd, so let's see where this goes. Let's hear it. Okay, so yeah, this is from the bribe list, by the way. Bribe list being the pay-to-win list that we have on here. Yeah, minimum entry fee is $10, and it's pay-to-win. I'm not gonna say I don't advise it. It's just don't give me money if that puts you in a bad financial situation. Your life comes first. So we are now having the piano, a solo piano, doing arpeggios and giving us our initial motif. So motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from, and it is being arpeggiated. Arpeggiated, or arpeggio, is when you play a chord one note at a time. And on top of that, those arpeggios, we having some accents. So, accents in music are for accentuation. Accentuation means you're just highlighting, you're putting a little bit more focus on somewhere in the rhythm. In this case, the start of every arpeggio. So we are getting two parts over here. Part number one of the motif, of the melody, is that we're having the top note playing the melody, and then in between we are playing the arpeggios, giving us this really, really cool shape. So for example, if we were to do this, say, in C major, right? So we could have C major. Just to ruin it, right? So you can hear how the main melody is just... So we're having this kind of thing, and it's all improved by the arpeggios. A piece that does this, that relies entirely on that force of having those arpeggios, is Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. The Moonlight Sonata is entirely based on that. For example, here is the melody of the Moonlight Sonata, the first movement. Is it? I think it is, right? So it's... What was it? Was it? Hang on. Did I play it wrong? Yep. So yeah, the main melody is just in the Moonlight Sonata, but it's the arpeggios behind it that give it so much more character. Right now, on principle, we're doing something like that over here. So let's see where this goes. And now we bring in some strings. We have some violins doing a doubling. Doubling is when you have more than one instrument doing the same thing at the same time. You are having those violins playing the high part of the melody, giving that accent a more legato feel to it. So legato is when you let the notes play together, because the downside of having these arpeggios going is that it gives you a very staccato feeling to it. Staccato is short bursts of music, right? Like very, very, very much, you know, kind of thing. However, legato is to just letting the notes ring out. So now we are having a mix of staccato and legato, staccato in the piano, legato in the strings, giving us this very, very beautiful combination. Let's see where it goes. No, Torts, no. We switch over from the piano, we now have the violins doing what the piano was doing, 1-2-1, doing the same thing, but we now bring the cellos over to this. So let me bring a picture of an orchestra, right? Because I'm not going to go through the entire structure of the orchestra. Here it is, my favorite picture for this. So here we have, of course, we're having now the violins playing the arpeggios that the piano was playing, and now we're having the cellos playing this like step, like just steps, giving us a little bit more beat of those staccatos. There you go. So yes, by the way, yes, every single person that is watching this on or off stream, every single one of you is hereby cursed with life. Every last one of you will outlive me. End of story. And it's not like I have, it's not like I'm not going to be around for much. Like, it's just that when God created the Garden of Eden, he hired me as the gardener just because I happened to be around, So, do with that information what you will. Let's see where it goes. Okay, so not only is it the cellos, but it's also the double basses, which means we have the violins giving those arpeggios, and then we have the bassi giving us this like very cool motion, the staccatos, very, very strong staccatos. Of course, the cellos being the ones where you sit down, the double basses being the ones where you have to stand up, doing a doubling. Let's see where this goes. This is the HP. We haven't done it yet. Really cool. Slight variation on the chords there. Okay, we bring in now a first variation over here. We are now having the violins just doing some repeated notes in those arpeggios. We bring back the piano, and we have one more layer in the piano playing very, very high above, a variation, a reduction, I think, of the motif that is being played. So a reduction is when you speed up something, right? And in this case, I think it's a little bit faster than. No, it's not a reduction. It's just playing higher. It's just for a second I thought it was faster because it's higher, but no, it's just higher. Let's see where it goes. We're going one of those. We're going through some modulation over here, which is just changing which chords we're using. Really cool. So we are sequencing. So we are sequencing the motif over here to go into a little bit of modulation, just borrowing notes from scales that we're not using. Sequencing, of course, being when you play again the same melodic shapes just from a different starting point. If we grab a very simple C major motif, then sequencing just means you're doing the same shape just from a different starting point. So kind of thing. And then we were doing a little bit of chromaticism in the shape of borrowed chords. So borrowed chords comes from the concept of chromaticism. Chromaticism is to take notes that do not belong in your scale at the given time and using them for whatever dramatic effect. This is very common for modulation. Modulation is when you change whichever key signature, whatever set of chords you're using. So for example, in this case, let's say we're using the key of C major, which is just the white keys on the piano. That means none of the black keys belong to the C major scale. Which means if we were to engage with we were to use any of the black keys, that means we're engaging in chromaticism, borrowing some of the notes from the chromatic scale. And if we were to use it in a certain way, we would then be borrowing from a different key signature altogether. For example, if we were to play the chords C, A minor, D minor, G, and then back to C, we're playing a very cool 1-6-2-5-1 progression in C major. However, if we were to then switch that D minor to a D major, we would be playing a borrowed chord from the key of D major or the key of G major to give it a little bit more spice. So here we have C, A minor, D major, G, and then back to C. So that gives us a little bit of difference. We play this F sharp over here to make the D major chord a little bit brighter. Gives us that a little bit of a brighter sound that we can then bring back down. So we're doing that over here, these borrowed chords, in a more pronounced way and in a more complex way, of course, but on principle, we are borrowing chords from a different key signature over here as part of the sequences that we are doing. Let's see where it goes. There we go, we further. We're slowly turning down, we're messing with the dynamics, now it's getting louder. We bring back the tension again. Oh, we speed up the arpeggios now. And we bring in, so yeah, now we speed up the piano so that it sounds more like a solo instrument. It is escalating the arpeggios that we're playing, the melodies going all over the place. And now we bring in a French horn, this one over here. Beautiful, beautiful melody being carried now while the rest are still giving us those very, very lovely march. Oh, this is really good. Let's see where this goes. Those quick arpeggios, very nice. Okay, very quick, we have a quick run from the harp. We have an arpeggio from the harp. Harps are very often used as a way of transitioning between sections, and we bring a chorus. Chorus, of course, once again, being the SATB, which is the ranges for people, right? So soprano, alto, tenor, bass. This is going to be anywhere between 90 and 95% of the world population. Soprano being the higher range of women, alto being the lower range of women, tenor being the higher range of men, still lower than alto, and bass being the lower range of men. Then we have, of course, a couple more. We have the mezzo soprano, and we have the baritone. So mezzo-soprano means that it's going to be either the full range of the soprano and the alto in a single person, or somewhere in between. And the baritone, same thing, the full range of the tenor and the bass, or somewhere in between. And this goes from being 90 to 95% of the world population to 95 to 99.99% of the world population. It's extremely, extremely rare to meet somebody that fits anywhere outside of these six ranges that exist. So we're having the chorus coming in now, which is a really cool thing, because with the chorus you can double a lot of the stuff that is happening, because you get 4 to 6 more layers, or as many layers as you want, with human voices, which the human voice has such a distinct thing. Ripper, welcome today. How you doing? Let's see where it goes. Oh, and we have flutes as well. So now the main melody is being played by the flutes now, by the way. I forgot to say that. So the flutes being the transversal one over here, the metal ones. Let's see where it goes. With the chorus giving us some highlights. Oh, beautiful. And we're doing transitions with the transitional stuff with the flutes. Bring those French horns. Oh my god, that is beautiful. Okay, so now we bring in the violins. Very dramatic. Very, very dramatic. So much Genshin Impact OST, so much Geometry Dash we do as well. It's whatever the wheel... I mean, in this case, it's the bright list, but yeah. We bring in the violins with the piano doing a doubling, so that they're both playing the same thing, playing another variation of this beautiful, beautiful melody. I think that they're doing an inversion. Inversion... when you play a musical idea upside down, right? So if we were to keep it simple, C major, an inversion would be that it goes down instead, right? So yeah, we're having what seems to be an inversion variation of the melody. Let's see what it is. Oh, so it's French horns and violins while the chorus sings the chords. Ooh, transitions, and we had the flutes there giving us a very quick glissando. So a glissando, or gliss for short, is a very quick run. In terms of the piano, it's fairly easy to understand, where you slide through the notes, right? Kind of thing. And it's a lot more difficult to do in the kind of thing. In the harp, same thing. You just play the notes, and in the flute just means you're going really, really fast. And we had this downward going glissando. This is really good. Let's see where it goes. We have those chords being played in the brass. We bring back some of those arpeggios. And Yeah, no, like, where's this, the Hoyo secret being a music company? No, MiHoYo is not Hoyo is not secretly a company. They are a front company for music composers. They're just to give people like Yu-peng unlimited money so that they can do whatever they want musically and make some of the best music we've ever heard. This is beautifully made. This is beautifully made. This is really good. Like, ever since the very beginning. Like, I remember the main melody of Mondstadt, even though it's such a simple thing. That melody alone, like, that alone has so much to it that, yeah, I knew from the very beginning that Genshin was going to be something like, because I did play Genshin a little bit at the start, and the Knights of Favonius, yeah, I don't even know the names of these, right? But yeah, Genshin Impact, no, Hoyo is 100% a front company for musicians. So yeah, let's see where this goes. This is a track from the Wolf Boss. I knew it sounded familiar. Like, I played this game. I played it up until the end of Inazuma. Then I stopped. So yeah, let's see where it goes. So now we bring it back down to the piano, doing a variation of the melody from above with the ticking clock, right? So we're doing what we were doing with the violins, with the borrowed chords, but now we are doing a piano reduction in this case. Classically, welcome today, how you doing? So yeah, we're slowly introducing the violins, flutes coming in, giving us that sweet, sweet counterpoint, counter melody. And so it sounds like a ticking clock, maybe with a typewriter. And we're slowly increasing this modulation. We're in a completely different set of chords now. Oh, that melody from the French horns. This is how you use French horns. Glorious, but not really the same as a trumpet. It's majestic, it's glorious, it gives me goosebumps. Very well done. Let's see. We bring in the chorus. Thus French horns and trumpets, bringing back the motif, the transitionary motif, with the piano. We have some percussion as well, with the chorus giving us those very lovely arrangement, variations on the melodies. Yes, French horns there. And we have now a quick run from the trombones and the tuba. You can hear very low brass, very powerful in that sense. Very, very well used, very loud. Let's see where this goes. Zenitel, welcome today. And Spiritus, welcome today. Glissando from the flute. Very dramatic. And we have a trill from the flute. So the concept of a trill is when you play two notes at the same time. This is a quantum note. So when it comes to music, you can have the idea of playing notes at the same time. If you play them together, it comes a chord. If you play them one at a time, you have a melody. However, if you play them in a trill, you get this very weird in-between. So let's say we have this scale of C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, back to C. If we were to play the notes C, E, and G, we get the chord of C major. Let me bring the piano over here. If we were to play C, E, and A, we get the chord of A minor. However, if we wanted to play both at the same time, then we would get, which is just A minor 7, right? However, if we wanted to have both chords at the same time, you would do a trill with playing C and E, which is common notes between the two, and then a trill between G and A. Which means now we are playing both C major and A minor at the same time. That's one of the really cool things about trills. And of course, the other way that you can use trills, flutes very high up like that, giving you those very, very, very lovely tension, extra additional tension up above. Let's see where this goes. Cadence created there, and we resolve it softly with the chorus and the violins, with accents from the trumpets and the trombones, almost like marching. We have the very subtle percussion in the back marching. There we go. We bring in the lower end, tubas, trombones, while the violins and violas giving us that variation of the melody. We move the melody over to the trombones and the trumpets, louder, and... oh my god, yes. So, we build this absolutely loud, bombastic cadence, and we resolve it softly. So once again, when you're making music, you're doing one of two things. You are building tension or you're resolving that tension. That point in between, we call it cadence. However, usually you are tempted, as we were here, to make the resolution for the cadence very loud and bombastic. You hit that high note as hard as you can, as loud as you can, but the alternative is to resolve it quietly. Let's hear this again, just so that you can experience that whiplash that it gives you when you, instead of resolving that high note with a boom, you solve it with a whisper. Let's hear it again. We bring back the melody from the piano, low note from the piano, with that ticking clock, same transition as we were doing before, doing that chromaticism, and we let it run, it echoes out, and it ends. Like, the emotional whiplash you get from not resolving that bombastic cadence with a bang, but with a whisper. It's not a whimper, it's a whisper. It's so good. And there you have it. There you have it. Oh my god. Thank you for the $1. I'll address that in a moment.
Town Vibe, Circle, Alaska.
All right, we're going to have that in the next one because we have one for this one. And Bast, thank you. I appreciate it. So, there you go. That was Symphony of Boreal Wind from the Genshin Impact soundtrack by Yu-peng Music. Brilliant. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas of 2025, which is not that likely, but still possible, on top of doing the fanfiction thing, I will also play a video game of the choice of the community. Bloopy thing worth £5. I'll address that in a moment. So yes, we'll do a video game of the choice of the community, whatever y'all want. One game voted, we'll play live on stream. This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. No account duping, no botting, no buying followers, no alt accounting, no rat behaviors like that. Go share the video, the streams with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. Share them with your online and offline communities. Use the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have a group on the Discord that does. Link down below. Go coordinate with them. And yes, artists, Yu-peng, or anybody else on YouTube, I want to collaborate. Open invitation. Anybody who wants to collaborate, if you want any of my musical skills, whether it is guitars, my Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old or regular singing or voice acting, anything, reach out, let me know, and let's make it work. And if you're in the audience and you know anybody who would benefit from that, reach out to them, let them know. Please do not harass anyone. Please do not spam anyone. Be cool about it. Don't be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least when it comes to the LFAs. So become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. And for those of you in the stream, we're going to do one thing before that. So yes, pinned comment. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you are not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch, both linked down below. So if you live in, why not? And you're like, yeah, but what if I live in Hungary? I don't live in Hungary. What time is that? What time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch. Both are linked down below, and they show the stream in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Bastard. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings when they happen. We record them live on stream on the main channel, and then the recordings go there. Link down below, or just search on YouTube. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. There you go. Symphony of Boreal Wind. What a beautiful piece that was, dude. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.